Joe Rao, you just qualified the USA for 87 kilos in Greco for the Tokyo Olympics. Talk about the last couple weeks for you and just kind of what you thought of your performance overall.
The last couple of weeks it's been really working with all the coaches and getting me ready. And really, it's just when my mind's right, I can do, whatever I put it to. But that was the big thing. It was the coaches getting my technique down and my body right, and it was my job to get my mind right. And it helped from like all my coaches doing all that other stuff and talking me through things and trusting in them and trusting in my coaches. They trust in me, and then that's a two-way street, and it's powerful. And I just went out here and I just like I'm gonna just come here to focus on wrestling and not feel the outside pressure.
You had a tough match with Venezuela again earlier today.
Yeah.
What was key for you to kind of push through that, because you were down and you were able to come back and win that one?
Kind of what I was talking about is just like, especially since 2016 and winning trials and not qualifying the weight and being so close, put so much pressure on myself. And, I read a lot of sports psych and, just through a lot of self-work, it's my choice whether or not I feel that pressure. So coming in here, wrestling Venezuela first or whoever, that guy, he beat me up, not too long ago. So I didn't care though. It was just I'm focusing on the wrestling. And I kept telling myself the whole tournament, I kept telling myself as I was wrestling, I'm focusing on the wrestling. I'm here to experience this. Just over and over again, I'm focusing on the wrestling. I'm here to experience this. And it didn't matter what the score was or whatever. I was just like, I can do this. And that's what I was focusing on. And, it sounds ridiculous, but, wrestling is just one little part of my life. And, kind of taking pressure off through those sort of things is kind of how I got through that match. It wasn't the way I wanted to win, but it's just let's do this. Figure it out.
Can you go back to 2016 again? I know that had a huge impact on you, having not one but two opportunities to qualify, and I'm sure that was on your mind last year when you had that very impassioned post-match interview at Worlds. Can you take us through those moments and looking back on them now that you're qualified?
Man, I've been a broken person since 2016, and I love this sport so much, and then it became about outcomes, and making it to the Olympics was the biggest thing in the world to me for so long, and that's part of the reason why I didn't get it done, I think. And I had a lot of things go wrong in 2016. I've had a lot of things go wrong since 2016, and it's been an emotional roller coaster, and it's something that I don't think anybody can fully understand, even if I tried to explain it. A lot of people died, a lot of injuries happened. I was wrecked, and then people like my girlfriend being there through the whole process and being with me in training and being with me here at this tournament and just like trying to remind me of the Elmhurst College days where it wasn't about winning or losing. It was just me and my best friends wrestling every day, and doing things that nobody else was doing, and just remembering that and like being happy about it because, like I said, I've been half of myself, and this has just been about qualifying the weight for me, and I don't think my soul would have been at peace if I never qualified the weight. So this has been huge for me.
How do you mentally push through those tough times, and now that you're at the end of that, in terms of qualifying the weight, just looking back on it, how do you navigate it?
So much inner work and having good people around me, like the coaching staff, and focusing on the things I can control, and my girlfriend, my family, and being back home in Chicago, and the RTC there, and Robbie Smith, and all these great people, and the Northwestern coaching staff, and having great people around me, and doing a lot of self work, man. I kind of told myself that it doesn't matter whether or not I get to the Olympics at the end of the day. And try to make myself believe that. but of course it mattered so much to me. But yeah, focusing on the good things, and it's really hard to get myself in the right frame of mind. But like I said, taking the pressure off through just focusing on what I can control, and I think just focusing on what I love, the people I love, and the sport I love, and not letting bad things ruin that. And I put so much pressure on myself, and thinking about whether or not I'm going to wrestle after this year or whatever, all these things seep into your head over and over again, and it's kind of you just got to recognize those are bad thoughts. Like, it's okay that I'm having them, but those are bad thoughts. And focus on what I can control and loving the sport. And it's hard, man. But yeah, it's been a ride.
Thanks a lot, Joe. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congrats.